quit drinking. So we got a video courtesy of Bill Burr from his podcast where he just details his experience with being an alcoholic and how he went about quitting drinking. So let's analyze it together and let's see what we can learn from it to better our lives in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, let's get into it. Hey, yo, what's good with you? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you for clicking on the face on my thumbnail. I'm grateful. This channel is all about providing you with a daily dose of edutainment. My goal is to make you laugh, be entertained, but also give you knowledge that you can apply to your own day-to-day life and make it better. I'm all about self-mastery, self-development, but also, getting some entertainment from what you watch as well. You know what I'm saying? So none of this boring, monotone shit that is unbearable to watch.
Which anyone raised or raised tariffs in an effort to collect more revenue for the federal government. Did it work? Anyone? Anyone know the effects?
And if you're a channel subscriber, thank you as well. I'm grateful. I appreciate you, your view, your subscription, your like. You continue watching my channel. It does not go unnoticed. But yeah, let's get into it. We got Bill Burr on his advice for quitting drinking.
Okay, quit drinking, would rather be alone. This next person says, Mr. Embarrassment, sorry. I thought since you've taken time off from drinking that you'd be a good person to talk to and ask about this. I'm 22 years old, and after hitting the bottle hard since early high school, I decided to take some time off after it seemed to get out of control. Yeah, I've been there. I've been sober for nearly 5 months at this point. The thing is that since putting up the bottle, I've noticed I enjoy spending time alone rather than with other people. I still go out to bars and hang with my buddies who drink and usually just end up being the designated driver. He says, I have no problem with people who can control their alcohol. Just thought it would be a good personal choice to take some time away. But being sober / the sober guy at 22 is pretty damn rough when everyone else is getting shitty. Just wondering if you had any insight on the matter. Thanks and go fuck yourself. Well, I can actually relate, even at 46, of being the sober guy because of all the free time that comedians have. We can kind of drink like we're still 22. So I know how... I guess, but I'm not 22, so I guess there is an extra amount of stress with that. But I think what you're doing is a great thing. And, hello, Nia. I think it's a great thing. And, how do I put this? When you go on a run of not drinking, it's all about you. Okay? And what you want to do and how long you want to do it. And... I wouldn't give in to any external pressures as to when and where you start drinking again. I always find it funny when I'm not drinking to go to a bar and watch basically everybody slowly roofing themselves and then just watch the behavior. And like I said, I don't do it in a judgmental way because I'm more kind of observing oh, this is how I was acting. It can definitely suck at night, but there's nothing better in the morning when you wake up without a hangover, ready to take on the world.
Facts.
And I would think at 22 to do that's pretty mature, and you got a chance of meeting your judgment on who you start dating would probably be a lot better rather than you're hammered and she's hammered and you start the relationship off in this cloudy area. You might meet another smart person your age who's taking some time off herself. Who knows? But as far as if you're feeling pressure to start drinking again, that's the wrong reason to start drinking because everybody else is drinking is not the reason to come back. But if you feel like you have it under control, and or if there's an event coming up and you're like, okay, I'm going to drink at that, and then I'm going to immediately shut it off. But I got to be honest with you, that's a tough thing to do because I was like, I'm going to drink when I went to Vegas, and then I was immediately going to go back on the wagon. and I was able to do it for 4 days, and then it was like July 4th weekend, then I had a beer, and then I've just been kind of drinking ever since. But fortunately, I drank so much in Montreal that now I don't want to drink. I think that I almost need to do that. I got to hit like a wall where I either make such an ass of myself or make such a bad decision or just do something that it's easy for me to kind of like want to walk away from it. But like I said, it's all up to you. You don't sound like you're an alcoholic. I mean, from your fucking email, I can't really judge it. But like I said, whatever. Do whatever you want to do, but don't start drinking again because everybody else is. I guess that would be my advice. Oh, hey, for that kid also who was talking about not drinking, here's another thing too. You know, at my age, I see the results of abusing your body with booze, drugs, food. People say food is a drug, which I would actually 100% agree with.
Food can definitely be an addiction.
You see the results of it, and unfortunately,
Your
when I was
skin
up in
especially.
Montreal, I saw a couple of people that are my age and 10 years older, and they either look, the ones that took care of themselves and kind of quit drinking and tried to eat right and that type of thing, they look great. They still got the light in their eye. And then people who've been, hitting it hard, man, it really catches up with you when you get to be my age, where it's like, I've been of legal drinking age longer than I've lived when I wasn't. You know what I mean? That tipping point of like 42 years of age, when you've, and forget about underage drinking that you've already been doing, it really, really catches up with you. So what you're doing right now, giving your body a break when it's as young as it is a phenomenal thing to do. And, you could actually experiment steering even more into a healthier lifestyle, like learning how to eat a little bit better. Because at 22, man, I mean, you can fucking drink a 12-pack and eat McDonald's late at night and wake up the next day with a flat stomach. But, like, you're setting yourself up for, just basically being a human being is no different than being an athlete. It's just the timeline is stretched out a lot longer. Like, Father Time is going to get all of us, but, those athletes who throughout their career, early in their career, took care of themselves have longer careers. And if you'd like to have a longer career, in other words, a longer life, like doing what you're doing is a great thing. So, I don't know. When you look at it that way, there's really no peer pressure. Is there really peer pressure to die sooner?
Yo, I show you the comedian, bro. That ending was phenomenal. He said, there's really no peer pressure. Is there peer pressure to die sooner? Think about that. Really think about that. Really deepen that. So hopefully that gave you some insights. But if you need more hands-on, like, detailed approach on how you can go about quitting your addiction to alcohol, like making the process a lot easier, reducing the urges and the inclination to want to drink again, definitely check out my free mini course, free mini series, link to the cards, and free mini series link to my description and pinned comment. Just walks you through evidence-based, scientifically proven methods to curb these addictions and really make the whole process smoother, right? 'Cause without a doubt, whenever you built a habit of doing something and now you want to stop, there will be discomfort in the first couple weeks, even months of doing it. But this process can be made a lot easier and smoother with certain meditation practices, with certain foods that make all of these discomfort feelings a lot easier and smoother to deal with, right? So, is there really peer pressure to die sooner? Think about that. That's a whole bar right there, right? And on top of that, perhaps you should also maybe not change, but start developing friends who don't drink alcohol at all, so that you don't have to feel like you're left out of the whole social environment or social event, right? So that's something else to think about. Expanding your range of friends, and especially early on, if you're trying to stop, you need that separation, that distance from that substance to make it easy, right? It doesn't make sense if you are an alcoholic or if you want to stop drinking to be around that thing all the time or on a weekly basis, right? Doesn't make sense, especially when you're trying to quit early on, right? So that's important as well. But yeah, check out my free mini course, link in my description and pinned comment, and let's start this process of getting you back on a healthy lifestyle, you know, so that your skin can continuously glow and be popping at 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, God bless, much love, peace, and joy, namaste. And always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. Whatever it is, what you're watching, what you're listening, what you're eating, if it doesn't nurture you and make you better, cut it off. And on top of that, our diet is more than just what we eat. It's everything that we consume. You know what I'm saying? Alright, fam. Deuces.